on, everyone? We have to talk about Bitcoin here. As you guys can see, we're back at 86.9k, going between 87k and 86k left and right. But I want to talk about what I see happening right now in the short term with Bitcoin. So anyways, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice, but let's get straight into it, guys. So as you can see, obviously everything's still been moving down, but we've recovered a little bit. You can call this a relief rally if you want to do that. I mean, I don't know if I would consider it that, but yes, we did go up 10% from that drop. So you can't deny that it's, a little bit of a relief rally. But I've been noticing something here on the 4-hour chart. Since we have bottomed out here and started to pump, you can actually see that we've literally started to create lower highs actually, and now we're also seeing the %R trend exhaustion pulling back as well. And what this does, the trend, the blue line here is the long-term trend, and the white line is the short-term trend. Notice how the short-term trend is now coming down because the long-term trend did not follow it up there. And I always show this, guys, because whenever you see stuff like this, it always causes a pullback in the price. We see it time and time again here with the %R trend exhaustion. The only time it actually pumps and does well is when both the short and the long-term trend are actively increasing at the same time. And that's not what we're seeing now. We're actually seeing the long-term trend starting to pull back as the short-term trend pulls back as well. So it's inevitable inside of at this point. So I do think that we might have a pullback here inside of Bitcoin soon. We'll see if that happens. We have a bit of a symmetrical triangle forming up here. So we'll see what that happens since we came at it from an uptrend here. I guess technically it makes it a bullish symmetrical triangle. So we'll have to see what happens there with that. But with the %R trend exhaustion, usually when that happens, we usually have a larger sell down, right? So that is only one of many possibilities that could happen with Bitcoin, right? And then of course we have the hourly chart, which is such a short term time frame, so I don't really like to show that. But we also have the daily chart here. The daily chart is doing the same exact thing. You can actually see the long-term trend is starting to break out, but look at how the short-term trend is starting to break out, but look at how the long-term trend is starting to turn sideways here. Now, if I zoom in on it even more, you can see. So you can also see the top of the long-term trend is curving downwards. That's showing you that there's about to be another drop. This is the %R trend exhaustion. Where does that mean the trend is going? Another drop in price. So that's what we're seeing right now. Obviously, it could randomly curve upwards and keep going, right? It could do that. But it does look like it is ready to stop or at least slow down. So that's what I'm paying attention to. When you look at the MACD, it looks like the selling pressure is slowing down a little bit, but it could speed up. So we got to keep our eyes on that. If we start seeing buying pressure, we got to see how much buying pressure. Is it just a little bit of buying pressure like here and then immediately more selling? That's another possibility too. So also we have the weekly chart, and on the weekly chart, I've been showing this a lot. We have to be careful with the %R trend exhaustion here. We can see the short-term trend has completely broke down here, and the long-term trend is still kind of up. But what this means is if we continue to go downwards, right, like the short-term trend continues to drop till it's completely oversold, like down here at the bottom, that means that the long-term trend will come halfway down, and then the short-term trend will bounce and then meet the long-term trend halfway up, and then they'll either continue on an uptrend there or they'll come down even lower. So that's a possibility that I'm looking at as well here with the %R trend exhaustion for the daily chart. There is a possibility that it can just turn here. Yeah, it didn't go all the way down to 75k or 4k like I thought. Here, if you want super short term, which isn't really gonna matter, to be completely honest, a little bit overbought right here when you look at it like that. And that's if you're going to be doing like some type of short term trading. But again, the short term charts aren't really going to work as much for you. But yeah, the long term is what we really want to pay attention to. But yeah, I think there could be another pullback here inside the market, so be careful. Don't fall for the tricks. You know, it might not be the beginning of the next bull rally. So, you know, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. Anyways, this is all I got for you guys today. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. It's financial advice. As always, I'll be back with another video.